So welcome to episode 2. So much has happened. Everything from deadlines, speaking with publishers, getting denied graphics by YouTube, so much. So let's talk about this and get a coffee rolling. I have to say, last week I was recording this episode as a update, and I was recording in my car. I got home, did a couple of videos. I just wasn't feeling it. I was drained, depleted, a lot going on. But right now I'm working on my thesis, and that's due next Monday, January 17th, which has just sparked up something new again. And I think as our rhythms carry on, it's always going to be ups and downs. And so I'm recording this again from scratch, deleted the previous stuff I was recording, and I would like to give you an update as to where I'm at with my book. So exciting stuff, back and forth stuff, learning stuff. Where I initially mentioned I wanted to use Amazon publishing, I was actually formulating my whole manuscript to their standards. Then I had the conversation with Lillian about making it visually pleasing. So then I was starting to reorganize how my graphs look, how stuff just looks. And I actually managed to write a couple of pages, which has been really exciting. So I've laid out about 20 chapters in the book. Maybe it's too much. I can already see some of the chapters being combined. That with how I'm actually formulating my 6-chapter thesis might also shape how the book is gonna come. All of that being said, I was at the part of social media, talking about social media platforms, why these 4 platforms, and it being a visual book, I actually reached out to YouTube, Facebook, Instagram, and TikTok on their brand guide stuff, whatever you call it. And you can actually ask them, hey, I just want permission for this book. Here's an example of the manuscript and what details it's going to be included in it, all that type of stuff. So YouTube actually responded and they said no. I was like, oh, well, that sucks. So YouTube's out. I'm still writing about them, but out meaning graphics. I can't use YouTube official graphics and stuff in my book, which is fine. As I carried on with the book, I started looking at just different options for publishing. I know Amazon publishing is there. I haven't heard too great stuff about them, inconsistencies and stuff like that. So out of curiosity, I just looked at Zondervan. So Zondervan is the majority of my academic books here are with Zondervan, and they have 2 departments, academic and then just good solid reading stuff. But it's also very much Christian oriented and Christian influenced. So if you want to be published through Zondervan, you got to get an agent, you got to submit your manuscript, and got to say, hey, it's for academic category. Well, mine would be in anyway. And then they get back to you and blah, 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 blah. So then I saw they were promoting, let me just get Westbow Press self-publishing options as well, which was pretty neat. It's the same company. It's a division of Thomas Nelson and Zondervan. And I filled out the stuff on their website, trying to see, they'll guide you through the different packages and how they can help you in publishing. As soon as I clicked submit and I got the PDF guide on reading, I got a phone call from them, and it was an agent. It sounded somewhere out of Texas, British accent, but it was great. Immediately called me, immediately started talking with my book idea and just brainstorming a whole bunch of scenarios, talking about different options that I can get. And I want to read a couple that they offer. I'm looking at the colored options, obviously, because I want a colored book. I don't want a black and white book. But hardcover and soft cover formatting, color printing, ISBN numbers, author copies, worldwide book distribution. They place it interior and cover design that they do, Library of Congress control number, US copyright registration, ebook format and distribution, Barnes & Noble read instantly, Amazon look inside, and Google preview, image insertion, free paperback copies where you get 10 of them, free bookstub cards, personalized back cover bookseller return program, which is really good for other bookshops that want to get your book, and if it doesn't sell, they can return it. It's really good for them. A book signing kit and a promotional materials with 300 bookmarks, postcards, business cards, etc. And what they do is you submit your manuscript and they spend 90 days to make it look amazing. So here I am, and to just give you an idea, it's $3,700 US, and you can divide that over 4 payments, and then you get all of this stuff, and then it's print on demand, how people want it, and it's featured in a lot of bookstores, especially Christian bookstores globally. So the nice thing about that is you have a team dedicated to making your book look visually pleasing, and from there you can even up it to Zondervan for a submission for distribution and promotion, and it's just really exciting stuff. So where Amazon would have been completely free, I have to do all the designing work. But through Westbow Press, they actually have a whole team dedicated to do that, even graphics. Like if you want their graphic designer team to generate custom graphics, they have that option as well, which is really exciting. So the fact that they call me up and immediately talk through the program with me. We actually set deadlines. So this is kind of exciting regarding accountability. So I have a meeting in March, and then a second meeting in June or July, I can't remember, somewhere around there, where we're talking about the progress of this book and how far it is, and then when I can actually submit the manuscript. So what this changes for me is it takes away the designing work that I have to try and do and make it look nice and stuff like that, where I can just focus on the content, and then we're going to collab on making it visually pleasing, which is really, really exciting. So that's the majority of the update that I have right now. I'm just focusing on my thesis, trying to get that done, and I'm trying to get this book done in 6 months. That's why we have a June-July date, and I'm hoping that this deadline forces me to do that. Experienced book writers might say you're gonna fail, which is fine, but I'm gonna try. I think deadlines are important, and I would suggest if you're on a book writing journey, check out westbowpress.com as an alternative to Amazon. The nice thing is you get their logo on the side of your book as well. It looks like a legit publishing company. So, well, they are legit, but it looks like you are published versus self-published. So it's exciting, and stay tuned for episode 3, especially when I can jump into it after this thesis. So this week the thesis is done, and a lot of the things that are coming out of the thesis are inspiring the book. So I'm probably going to lay out my chapters differently because the thesis flows more logically. So that's all of it in a nutshell. With the next episode, I'm actually going to give you an inside look as to how it looks. Right now, you just saw a couple of the first pages, a couple of the graphics in there from Pure Research Center, and I want to redo a whole bunch of those with the team at Westbow Press. So thanks for tuning in. If you want to support this ministry, please go to my Patreon page. I would appreciate it. A coffee a month gets the ministry going. So, oh, by the way, side note, if you want any Christian merch, that like the stuff that you see me wearing, I'm actually on the way to putting all my merch on Amazon as well. I just got my OTP code through the mail, had my interview with the Amazon seller portal, really exciting stuff. But currently everything is on Etsy as well. When you go to the Social Apologist, you'll find all my Christian merch, hats, jackets, sweatpants, shirts, face masks, and iPhone covers, Samsung as well if you have a Samsung.